Brazil enters this clash like an unstoppable storm, and Japan could get swept away in its path. This is no ordinary friendly preview. Today we analyze a high-stakes scenario where one single mistake, a moment of hesitation, or a misplaced midfield pass could trigger a national nightmare. Will Brazil show Japan any mercy? The debate is already raging across social media and sports forums. While many see an obvious mismatch, others warn that underestimating the Japanese squad is a massive mistake. Here is the key factor. Both teams arrive wounded, with scores to settle, an explosive mix that could shatter pre-match predictions. Brazil never takes these matches lightly. They carry the heavy burden of history, beautiful football, and millions of demanding fans who want more than just a victory. They demand total dominance. When critics question their magic or claim European tactics ruined their flair, the Seleção delivers a lethal response goals. But Japan will not surrender, and that is where the true tension of this match begins. This Japanese squad is no longer the polite underdog of the past. They have become clinical, lightning fast, and tactically flawless. They press relentlessly, punish opponent arrogance, and wait for giants to slip up before finishing them off. Anyone underestimating them lately learned a hard lesson. Celebrating early is a direct ticket to heartbreak. Why then do most match predictions treat them as inevitable victims? That is where the controversy begins. There is a historic bias in football. Brazil gets instant respect, while Japan is labelled as merely organised and hardworking. Yet when the Asian side slices a defence open with 3 precise passes, the world acts shocked. Why does elite Japanese football still surprise us? How many more warnings does the world need? Even so, our expert analysis points to a decisive prediction. Brazil's attacking power is overwhelming. They have individuals who can dismantle any tactical setup. A step over on the left, a quick cutback, one defensive slip, and before the goalkeeper can react, the ball is in the net. The first 20 minutes will be crucial. If Japan holds firm, we will see a tactical chess match. If they concede early, it could turn into a blowout. Given space, Brazil's attack is merciless. They smell fear, disrupt formations, and force desperate fouls, completely breaking down any opponent's composure. Yet there is one factor overlooked: Japan can seriously hurt Brazil. The South American squad's biggest weakness is not talent, but emotional control. If they get frustrated by refereeing or high pressure from a fearless opponent, panic creates tactical gaps. A bad pass or a misplaced fullback is all it takes. Japan only needs one opening to strike. Picture this scenario. Brazil dominates the crowd, expects a goal, and the commentators praise their style. Suddenly, Japan wins possession in midfield. 2 quick touches, a run into space, a low drive, and it is a goal for Japan, 1-0. Would Brazil panic? Would social media explode with criticism and tension before the teams even reach halftime? Absolutely. That is where the danger lies. It is not about Brazilian weakness, but Japan's tactical intelligence to disrupt them. The Japanese side will not chase beautiful football. They will break up play, win possession, and turn Brazil's confidence into desperation, forcing them wide and growing stronger as the minutes tick by. However, the harsh reality remains: Japan must play close to perfection. Against this opponent, effort and bravery are not enough. A single slip-up ruins the entire strategy. A poor touch in defense, or a midfielder caught out of position, means conceding. The psychological terror of facing Brazil is that you can play perfectly for 30 minutes, then lose everything in 30 seconds. Our prediction: Brazil 3, Japan 1. Yes, 3-1. A scoreline that will spark massive debate. Brazilian fans will expect a 4-0 or 5-1 blowout, while Japanese supporters might see this as disrespectful to their team's rise. Neutral pundits will expect Japan's tactical discipline to lock down the game, but a 3-1 scoreline looks like the most realistic, highly contested outcome. Brazil would strike first, but Japan would hit back with a surprise equalizer to shift the momentum. Instantly, the questions would start. Is the Seleção overrated? Can Japan pull off a historic upset? Will we see another global giant brought to its knees by Asian discipline? Then comes the reaction. Relentless and utterly decisive. That second goal completely alters the dynamic. Forced to push forward, Japan would leave gaps in their defensive block, the perfect scenario for Brazil's rapid transitions. In open space, a third goal becomes inevitable. Not from lack of effort, but because chasing Brazil is lethal. Leave any space and they punish you. That is where true class prevails. We are not talking about dirty play, but an insatiable attacking drive. Brazil will want to send a clear message to the international press. A narrow victory will not quiet the media pressure. They must win convincingly to strike fear into their upcoming tournament opponents. This prediction does not discredit Japan. On the contrary, they will push this match to the absolute limit. A weaker squad would fold, but the Japanese will force the South Americans to work exposing their defensive frailties. If Brazil wins, it will be a hard-fought battle, not a walk in the park. The real question is not squad quality. The tactical dilemma is whether Japan can translate their defensive organization into genuine danger before Brazil's individual brilliance takes over. Matches are not won on history, they are decided by key moments. And this duel promises maximum tension. Any controversial refereeing decision will alter the course of this match. A questionable penalty, a spared red card, or a marginal offside will ignite debate. We can already expect passionate fans arguing on social media, turning up the heat long before the final whistle. That is the extra ingredient in this matchup. For Brazil, anything less than a win is an absolute failure. For Japan, pulling off an upset would be a historic feat. One side carries the weight of history, while the other plays to prove themselves, setting up a high-intensity battle. Predicting a 3-1 scoreline is risky. Japan has the tools to prove us wrong, but Brazil has the firepower to make this prediction look conservative. The debate is open. Will we see South American dominance end in a 3-1 victory, or will tactical discipline spark a shock upset? Drop your score predictions in the comments below, back up your views with stats, and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss a single detail of this football debate.